I'm going to show you how to do vectors on your calculator. Yes, your teachers have not told you this. I don't know why, but questions like this, you can do it straight on your calculator. You cannot do every vectors question on a calculator, but on this foundation paper, most foundation paper vectors questions you can do. Things like this, where they give you two vectors and then they ask you to do something with a and b, or a minus 2b, or 3a plus 6b, or something like that. You can do that on your calculator. And so I'm going to show you how to do it straight off. In an actual exam, what I think you should do is try and do it normally and then use your calculator to check that you got the answer right. But let me just show you how you do this whole question on your calculator. You go to menu and you go to vectors. The first thing you need to do is define your vectors. So vector A is 4, 5. So you hit 1 for vector A, and dimension just means how many numbers are there. 3-dimensional vectors will save that for A level, but for GCSE only 2. So you always hit 2 there. Now you just define it. So you do 4 and 5. So you do 4 equals 5 equals. Now you've defined your vector A, you're all going to just be like, oh, what do I press next? Everyone's going to be stuck here, like, what do you press next? Now, it's the one button you have to remember for this vectors mode. And it's always the same button. Whenever you get stuck and you're like, oh, what do I press next? It's always the same button. Option. You always hit option. Whenever you're stuck on a vectors thing, you just hit option. So bang, you hit option. And it takes you back to this menu where you can define a vector, you can edit a vector if you made a mistake, and you can do vector calc. Now, vector calculations, this is what we're going to end up doing once we've defined our vectors. We're going to put in a minus 2b into that. But we haven't yet defined vector b, and so we have to do that first. So we go 1, define vector. We've already defined vector a, so now we're going to define vector b, so that's number 2. Again, it's 2 dimensions, and now we just put it in 3, bang, 2, bang. And now we're stuck. Oh, well, I've forgotten what we press. What do I? Option. It's always option. So you get option again. Now you've defined all your vectors. And if there was a third vector C, you would define another vector. But now we've done them. Now we just want to do some calculations where we want to do number 3. Here, again, you're going to be stuck. You're going to be like, oh, I can't remember what to press. How do I get A? How do I write A? Option. You always hit option whenever you're stuck. So once you're in vector calc mode, you hit option again and you can select your vectors now. So now you want to do A minus 2B. So you just do vector A and it's like vector A. This, when they put A in bold, what they really mean is vector A. So it's vector A minus 2, and then you want to write B or vector B, option, and you go 4 for vector B. I know this feels a bit fiddly, but look, this is the final question on a foundation paper. It's just like so many people get 0 on this and they just don't realize you can do it on your calculator. So yeah, it takes a little bit of time, but it's guaranteed full marks if you do it. You hit equals and you get the answer out, minus 2, 1. So the answer here is going to be minus 2, 1.